She's in the next room. You can hear her. You live in the same house, sleep in the same bed, raise the same kid. And somehow, she feels further away than she ever has. That's not a marriage falling apart, but it feels like one. And nobody told you this part was coming. Here's what happens after the baby arrives. The first few weeks, you're in crisis mode. No sleep, no routine, pure survival, and you're doing it together. You're a team because you have to be. Then it shifts, the crisis fades, the routine sets in, and suddenly you realize you're not partners anymore. You're project managers, running the same operation, living under the same roof. Your conversations sound like this. Did you feed him? When did he last sleep? I'm exhausted. Me too. That's it. That's the whole relationship now. You used to talk for hours. You used to be spontaneous. You used to look at her and feel something that wasn't just logistics. Now you sit on the couch after the baby's down, both on your phones, both too tired to talk, both pretending this is fine, it's not fine, and you both know it. But neither of you says it. Because saying it out loud makes it real. So here's what's actually going on, because this isn't your fault, and it's not hers either. Research shows that 67% of couples experience a significant drop in relationship satisfaction in the first 3 years after having a child. 67%. That's not a broken marriage. That's a structural shift that almost every couple goes through. And the reason is simple. Before the baby, your relationship ran on connection, spontaneity, attention. After the baby, all of that attention goes to keeping a small human alive. There's nothing left over. Not because you don't care, because the system is maxed out. There's a term psychologists use. Relationship maintenance deficit. It means the small daily inputs that keep a relationship alive. The touch, the check-ins, the laughter, they drop to almost zero. And when they drop, the gap doesn't stay neutral. It fills up with something else. Resentment. You start keeping score. Who slept less? Who did more? Who got an hour alone and who didn't? And the worst part? You're both right. You're both doing more than you can handle. But it doesn't feel that way from the inside. She thinks you don't see her. You think she doesn't see you. And neither of you is wrong. There's also something nobody talks about honestly. Physical intimacy basically disappears. She's touched out from holding a baby all day. You're mentally somewhere else. The baby monitor kills the mood. And sex goes from something fun and connecting to something that feels like one more thing on the list. That part is real. And it's temporary. But when you're in it, it doesn't feel temporary. It feels like your relationship is broken. It's not broken, it's depleted. So what actually helps? Not the schedule a date night advice. Because let's be honest, date night with a baby who doesn't sleep is a fantasy. Here's what worked for me. The first thing, 5 minutes a day. My girlfriend and I were fighting almost every week. Same pattern. She'd say I wasn't helping enough. I'd get defensive because I felt like I was doing everything. We'd both shut down. Nothing solved. More distance. Then I started doing something stupid, simple. Every morning, around 7:30, after the baby was fed and she'd had coffee, I'd ask 3 questions. How are you feeling today? Not about the baby, about her. What's one thing I can do to help today? Her choice. Something specific. What made you smile today? 5 minutes. That's it. And here's the thing nobody tells you about this. It's not the answers that matter. It's the fact that you asked. Because most of the time, what she actually needs isn't more help. It's evidence that you see her, that she's not invisible in her own house. When I started asking, the fights dropped. Not because we solved anything big, because I stopped waiting for her to explode before I paid attention. The second thing, touch without agenda. After the baby, I realized we basically never touched each other anymore. Not in a sexual way, not in any way. We were two people who existed in the same space but never actually made physical contact. So I started small. A real hug when I got home. Not a side pat. An actual 10-second hug. Touching her shoulder when I walked past in the kitchen. Holding her hand during a show. No agenda. Not building towards sex. Just saying I'm here in a way that isn't words. It felt weird at first, like performing something. But after a couple weeks, something shifted. She started touching me more. She started leaning in instead of pulling away. And yeah, eventually the intimacy came back too. Not because I earned it, because she felt safe again. The third thing, stop having real conversations at 10 p.m. Most of our worst fights happened at night, both completely destroyed, baby finally down. And then one of us would bring up something heavy. Bad idea, every time. I started saying, something's on my mind, but I'm too tired to talk about it well. Can we do this tomorrow morning? Simple. And it changed everything. Because the next morning, the thing that felt like a crisis at 10 p.m. was usually a 5-minute conversation by 8 a.m. Timing matters more than words. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not in a bad marriage. You're in the hardest phase of a good one. Most couples don't talk about this part. They just survive it. Some make it through, some don't. The difference usually isn't love. It's whether someone decides to actively rebuild instead of waiting for things to magically get better. It won't get better by itself, but it can get better fast. Faster than you think. Sometimes all it takes is 5 minutes and 3 questions. I built something for this exact phase, 8 modules. A 30-day interactive action plan with small steps every day. The relationship piece is one of them. It's called the Dad Shift System. It's at dadshift.com. If today felt true, it might be worth checking out. If not, subscribe. New video every week. And if you're sitting on that couch tonight, both on your phones, both pretending it's fine, you're not alone, and it doesn't have to stay like this.